Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the next 6 months. This is going to be for June through to the end of the year here. And sorry, that was not a very good spread, so we're going to fix that. But we're just going to see what is going on for you at this time. The universe is trying to push you in a new direction, big time. You have this fork in the road card and this chaos and conflict card, so that really tells me that the universe is like trying to get you to move towards something in your life. You know, some sort of change or transformation. Yep, you have the Four of Pentacles here as well, which is like needing to let go of something. I feel like you need to believe in yourself here, Cancer. It's like you need to believe that you deserve something. You know, something that you have your eye on, or it could be like a person that you have your eye on, or something like that that you don't. You know, it's like I'm not saying you don't think you deserve it, but you know, I feel like you need to think that you deserve it. So those are two different things, believe it or not. But I feel like you need to believe in yourself like a little bit more here. Yeah, it definitely feels like it could be love. You know, like a love situation for you. So let's see. You have the, again, you have that fork in the road card and the chaos card. So you clearly have a choice to make. And again, the lovers would also represent having a choice to make. So even outside of love, traditionally the lovers was a card of the crossroads. And sorry, this is like a newer deck. It's an old deck. I've had this deck for years, but it's a new one, and it's just sticking to the table perfectly. But anyway, what I would say is I feel that the lovers traditionally was a card of the crossroads, a card of having a choice to make. And you have that fork in the road card. You also have this chaos and conflict card. I feel it's almost like the universe is trying to get you to move away from something that's just burning down is kind of like what I'm seeing in my head here. And, you know, it could just be something that is not working. Every time I've ever been in a situation that clearly isn't working, you know, then it always just turns out horribly for me, right? And I don't mean that in like a negative way. I just mean like, you know, trying to, I don't know, I'm just not a quitter. I don't like to quit on things, right? I like to see things through to the end. I hate to lose as well. So it's like, but every time that the universe has been like, no, this isn't for you, I always regret not like giving up basically. And it's not really giving up if, you know, especially if you're dealing with a person here, Cancer, it's like, you know, if they're not putting in the work, then, you know, it's not giving up to leave, you know? And, you know, I feel that for some of you. And I'm not saying you're leaving anyone, by the way. I feel really there's already been a breakup or a separation because you have the Nine of Swords showing up here and right here. The Nine of Swords says you can be the bug or the windshield. You see this guy right here. He's hitting the other person who's on their back with a sword, and it's basically like you can be the guy with the sword doing the hitting, or you can be the one getting hit. The choice is yours. And so I feel for some of you this is about kind of like letting go of a past situation, just to end the nightmare. Nine of Swords is a never-ending nightmare, so you have to end the nightmare. You have the Hangman here. It's like you're becoming enlightened to something. You know, the Hangman, his head is glowing, which represents enlightenment. He's been on pause. I feel like you feel that you've been on pause for a very long time, or like things just haven't been, you know, progressing as quickly as you would like. And I feel like you've made some wishes, and for whatever reason, I feel like the lovers is the wish come true. It doesn't have to be love. I do feel for some of you it is love, but for others, it's like maybe you've just been living somewhere for a long time. I just see it as a crossroads, right? It's like maybe you've been living somewhere for a very long time, and now all of a sudden the universe is providing you with an opportunity, which we see right here, something that you attracted into your life. And it's like the universe is providing you an opportunity to get what you wish for, but it's an opportunity. And you have the Eight of Pentacles right next to that Ace of Pentacles, which is telling me that it's something that's going to require some work. Some of you could be dealing with a Pisces as well. I feel like Pisces has been all up in your business. So you have the Hangman and the High Priestess, but, you know, could be any sign. I also feel like this is saying that something in your life will have a lot of potential. I've been seeing a lot of potential in the readings. You have the Ace of Pentacles and the High Priestess. These are both cards of potential. High Priestess because she has no roof over her head. And it says that, you know, she can accomplish, there are no limits to what she can accomplish because there's no roof over her head. But what it comes down to is like what she believes. And the Ace of Pentacles is the card of potential. It's just an opportunity that has potential coming in for you. Let's see. With the Hangman, you have the Knight of Wands here. Yeah, I feel like you probably dealt with inconsistent energy in the past in a love situation. It's funny because I feel like if you're attracting a person, I feel like you're attracting someone who has experienced something very similar. You know, they've experienced a person who breadcrumbed them or, you know, didn't give them the time of day, basically. So I feel like you could be attracting this person right here. and I feel like what you will find out is that they have a very similar story than that you have. And so, but I feel like you're two good people coming together. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Hierophant. I do have some of you like worried about money, worried about, not money, worried about getting married or something like that. It's like I know some people are worried that if they, turn 30, for example, that their days of getting married are over. And I feel like you need to get out of your head with that and stop thinking that. If that's for you, again, obviously that's not going to be for all of you. But for some of you, you could be worried about that, and I feel like it's just preventing you. It's holding you back. So I would change the mindset. The other thing is that I would say is that for all of you, Hierophant, he is the high priest. That's why I almost just said that. But he normally has that. He's like sitting on a box, and I think you need to think outside the box. Nine of Swords is round and round thinking. And the Hierophant, sorry, I keep wanting to call him the high priest because of the high priestess. He kind of represents needing to think outside the box. The other thing is you have divine counterparts right here. Hierophant and the high priestess are divine counterparts. With the high priestess, you have the Three Cups. Yes, definitely a celebration. It's like a reunion. For some of you, this is like a past life person that I feel could be coming in for you. This is not a past person. I feel like it's a past life person. I feel you will feel very comfortable with this person. And it's like, you know what? The other thing that's popping into my head here is I feel like you both give the same in relationships. And I feel like you've always, like all your past people, you've been, have been like you giving and not receiving. And I feel like the same with the person that you're attracting here. This person right here, I feel like they've been through the same stuff. They give and they don't receive. So it's like two people who give a lot that are going to be giving to each other is what I see coming in for you. Next, you have this skunk spirit. It says, know your worth. You have this whale spirit. It says, trust in the great mystery. Yeah, I think, that we can't always know how life is going to turn out, but I think things are going to turn out a lot better than you think, as well as what I'm getting here. I definitely feel that you need to demand your value or your worth with that skunk spirit. We have all this energy in Taurus, and Taurus is all about values and, things like that. And so I've been telling people for weeks to demand their value. You have another card that basically says the same thing. You have the Four of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, and the Page of Cups. The Nine of Cups is bathing in an energy of something that you want before you can have it. So we have to, it's not really a card of acting as if, but that's one thing that you could do to bathe in the energy of something as if you already have it. So I really feel you're attracting things very quickly into your life with this energy. And I would keep doing that. I would keep, using your powers of manifestation, doing whatever you can to manifest the things that you want and desire into your life. You have this Four of Pentacles, so needing to let go of the past or past hurts or past inconsistent energy, breadcrumbing and things like that. I feel like you could be attracted to a person who maybe gets a lot of attention. Maybe they're really good looking or something. And and you could be worried that they are, will be a player, will breadcrumb you. But I really feel that you need to change your past story here, Cancer. Like whatever happened in the past, happened in the past, and that's that. I would just move past it. I also see great financial increase here. Four of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Clearly, I feel a lot of you could be making a lot more money. You have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups definitely could be a love offer coming in for you. Much better. Again, just even going this way here. Eight of Pentacles to the Magician. This to me, I love the Eight of Pentacles in a love reading because to me, it's a person who really puts in the work. And that's what I feel like you're attracting here. I feel like this is something you prayed for. Like if you have prayed for a person to come into your life or whatever, I feel like you're literally attracting or getting what you've prayed for here, Cancer, for sure. Let's see. And with the Four of Pentacles, you have the Page of Pentacles, new person. It's all about new love. So definitely some sort of new love coming in for you. You do have this beginnings card next, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. So it could also be a new beginning that's coming in for you with the Page of Pentacles. The thing with the Page of Pentacles is that going this way, the Eight of Pentacles is a card of apprenticeship. So for some of you, this is kind of giving me the vibes that you could be starting a new job over the next 6 months or getting a new career. And, I feel like that it's going to be very good for you. The Eight of Pentacles, again, he's learning, he's mastering a craft. And so I feel like for a lot of you, you could be mastering a craft here. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Five of Wands. Do you know what you want, Cancer? I feel like it's really important that you are very clear on what you want in this reading. The Five of Wands is conflict and competition. You have that chaos and conflict card. Are you creating conflicts in your head that don't need to exist? Like if you are interested in a person, but you've never really dated them, are you telling yourself a story? Oh, they're just going to cheat on me like the last one, or oh, they're just going to do this like the last one. I feel like you need to like get out of that. I also do feel that there could be some obstacles to getting to a person, like maybe long distance, or maybe you've never talked to them before. Maybe you just like stare at them, from the bushes, or maybe you stare at them from like the water cooler in the office or something like that. I don't know. I'm not judging you here. I'm just saying I've been there, right? But, what I would say here is it's like, what are you doing? So, can you do something to like flirt? Didn't I say this to you? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I said this to you. So I feel like you need to like get over the conflict here. I also, by the way, I like the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Wands, because with the Eight of Pentacles here, Five of Wands, the people on the card, they're using sticks to fight. They're not using swords. So it's really a card of training. It's a card of learning. Whatever you are learning about here is going to increase your finances. If you are looking to increase your finances, I would learn how to do it. With the Page of Cups, yes, no movement. We already know this. It could be an earth sign, by the way, or it could be like earth with water, water with earth. Take it how it resonates, or you could be water with earth as well, or earth, yeah, water with earth. But it's like there's no movement here. Knight of Pentacles is being too cautious. He's playing it too safe. So someone has to take a risk here with that Five of Wands. Before, I'm also getting, if you're interested in a person where there is competition, like I feel like this is saying they are into you or would be into you, but there's competition. So it's like, don't sit around and wait is what I'm getting at here. But I would also say that for a lot of you, I see a lot of progress. We're going to pull, by the way, I always pull the card that the magician is pointing to when he shows up at the end, and he's pointing to this card here. So we're going to pull that at the end. But what I would say is that I feel like there's a new beginning coming in for you in your finances. It's like something you attracted. You could be increasing your earnings or your finances or something like that. Next, you have this card that says, you have so much to offer the world. Don't ever doubt your contribution. Basically what I've been saying, like, don't doubt yourself here. You have this beginnings card. Something new is emerging, or a new source of income. Yes, embrace the power of newness and make room for new possibilities. Everything new. Four of Pentacles. That Four of Pentacles is like saying, let go of the past and step into the newness. Page of Pentacles, new. Ace of Pentacles, new. So there's, and you have two nines. By the way, two nines, to me, is newness. So there's clearly a new beginning coming in for you. You have the Queen of Cups, you showing up there, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Lovers. So I feel like this is you showing up in a very strong position of power and strength. I kind of also feel like you're getting what you wish for is what I'm hearing here. So if you've been hoping, wishing, or praying for, love, business, whatever, whatever your heart is aligned to, I feel like you're getting it with this Queen of Cups. So, really love to see that. And it doesn't matter what gender you are, by the way. You have the Eight of Pentacles, which again, your hard work is paying off, is what I'm getting here. Something about your business. If you have a business, or, even if it's just a side hustle or something you do on the side, I feel like there's a lot of increase coming in for you here. Even if you want to start something on the side, like, I don't know, like DoorDash or something like that, I feel like it could really, really help you out right now. So, again, I've talked about this before, that because of Uranus and Taurus is a lot about freedom, but there's a certain element of technology when it comes to Uranus and Taurus, plus Pluto going into Aquarius next year, at the end of this year, next year, whatever. And so, I said this like last year, I think in the early readings, that I was talking about how in the future, I think a lot of people are going to be doing things like DoorDash, or there will be other things. By the way, mark my words, by the end of Uranus and Taurus, by the time we get to like 2026 or something, I think there will be more companies where, we can make money as basically contractors, right? It's like if you're a DoorDash driver, you're just a contractor. So there are going to be more opportunities to do things like that. And I don't really know. Again, trust me, if I come up with an idea, I'll let you know, because, it'll make me a billionaire. So, I'm all about it. But, what I would say here is I see a lot of people doing stuff like that. And there could be other things that come up, like, doing people's laundry or something like that. I don't know, right? I'm just spitballing here, Cancer. But if you're thinking about doing those things, like I said, I feel it could be very beneficial for you. The other thing is if you have a business or a career, I definitely see like an increase in your finances. You have the Lovers. You hear definitely love coming in for you. I said at the beginning of the year, I said it to all the water signs that the second half of the year, really, past May, I said, really is the best part of for the year for love. Even though Venus goes retrograde, July 22nd, I don't really care because, Venus retrograde, it's not really like Mercury retrograde, and sometimes Venus retrograde can actually bring you the love of your life, not the opposite. So, it's not always true, but I don't know. I read intuitively, and just even at the beginning of the year, I felt it intuitively that the second half of the year could be, really good for love, for water signs. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Seven of Swords. I'm telling you right now, you are dealing with a person who dealt with something very similar to you, even here. The Magician can be tricky, so I feel like maybe you dealt with someone who is inconsistent, and I feel the one thing that will stand out to you about a new person is that their story is very similar to yours. Could be a Scorpio, because I feel like I've been saying this to Scorpio or Virgo. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter what sign it is. I feel that they have a very similar story. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Cups. Yes, fear. Fear is holding you back. 2 sevens is internal fears that don't exist. So you need to let your fears go here, Cancer. Seven of Cups also says you need to get clear on your vision. And I kind of said this, I feel like you need to get clear. Seven of Cups, there are good things and bad things in those cups. The one thing I don't like about Neptune and Pisces, which actually there's a lot, don't get me started. But what I would say is the one thing I don't really like about Neptune and Pisces is that the fantasy feels really good and maybe better than the reality. But that's actually not true. But we can get stuck in the fantasy with Neptune and Pisces. We can, think, wouldn't it be nice if I dated this person? But then we get stuck up here instead of bringing it down here, to Earth. And so, it's because of the Seven of Cups, we can think good and bad. So it's we think, it'd be nice, but what if this happens? What if that happens? So really, the trick with Neptune and Pisces is just to find out what is going to happen, is to get out of the thinking and bring it into reality. With the Lovers, you have the Four of Wands. Are you kidding? This will be a person you marry, this new person right here. But someone has to make the move. Knight of Pentacles, Four of Wands. So, it's definitely time to get moving here, Cancer. Next, we're actually not looking at anything. But you have this Hermit Crab. It says resourcefulness, adaptability. You have this No card as well. I'm not so sure what this is saying no to. We might pull an extra card and find out. But I feel like you need to be resourceful and adaptable at this time to get what you want. You have the Magician, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. The Magician is about attracting, a new reality. So I feel like you're using your powers of manifestation to get what you want. And I would definitely use your powers of manifestation to get what you want at this time with the Magician. I also feel like you're changing. And again, we're going to pull this card right here. It says, it's okay not to have all the answers. They will come to you when you need them. Yes. I even think that it's kind of funny because I'm going to pull an extra card. We're going to clarify that No card, but it's I kind of feel like some of you could even be getting tarot readings or watching tarot readings. And it's you're getting much more conflicting answers. It's I think tarot readings, especially if you're watching here on YouTube, people have asked me why do they conflict? I'm because a reader is reading for 1 billion people at once. So it's why do you think so many readers say take what resonates, leave the rest? Because it's we can't possibly get every single little detail right. So it's of course different readings are going to be different, of course. But I even think I feel like there's more conflicts than usual. It's maybe you're getting more different answers than usual, about things, where maybe you're coming to a reading with questions in your head. It won't even focus. And I feel like you're getting a lot of conflicting answers, even from readers, maybe even from people in your life. And so I feel like the universe is really wanting you to find something out for yourself. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is a card of growth, abundance. It's also, a card of an opportunity. So it's there's a lot of opportunity in front of you here. And, the Ace of Pentacles, I always say we have to grab onto it, make it happen. You have the Four of Swords, card of recovery. I feel like a lot of you have recovered from a past person here as well. And so maybe you're hoping for blessings, but you're do I really want to open myself up to, be hurt again or something? Let's see what's going on here. With the Magician, you have the Death card. Definitely a big change. The Magician is a card of reinvention, and the Death card is also a card of transformation. So you could be, and it could be a Scorpio as well, by the way, but there's some sort of change. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Emperor here. Yeah, this is about you taking the lead and being a boss, really grabbing onto that Ace of Pentacles and making something happen. You could be attracting a real Emperor type person, a real go-getter, someone who's very motivated, successful, hardworking, all those things. And with the Four of Swords, You have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords about making a decision. You have that Crossroads card here. This basically says pick the new path. Two of Swords, I always say she has that new island behind her, and that new island represents someplace she's never been before, so she needs to go to that new island because what exists over there is everything she wants. So, if your life has been the same for the past, several years, I feel like it's time for you to do something different, new, whatever. What's going on with this no card here, universe? Lovers. So, past person maybe. It does say no, though, to love. Why? Yeah, past person, Page of Wands. So probably this Knight of Wands. I would be very careful of this past person. It's especially if you're bringing yourself down, which I feel like you are here. It's like you could have your eye on a new person, but maybe you see this past person as the best you can do. No, is what I would say here. Definitely not. So, go towards this, a new person who maybe you feel like is out of your league. Let's see. We're going to pull 5 main themes. You have this melancholy card. Turn that frown upside down here, Cancer. She's disappointed in things. I feel like you need to realize that there's a lot of good stuff that can come in for you. You have this cheerful. Are you kidding? You have this cheerfulness card. Exactly what I just said. I feel like you need to, start looking on the bright side, and maybe you do, but. I'm saying maybe you do have to force yourself to look on the bright side, but that's what I would do. You have the service card. Yes, I really feel that if you're attracting a person as well, they want to be, they do a lot of acts of service. I really feel they give as much as you do, and that's probably the thing that will stand out to you is that they're very, very giving, very caring. I feel like you don't have to guess, with this person either if it's love. For others, again, I feel like you could be providing a service, or if you're thinking about starting a service-based business, I would definitely do it. You have this fortune card, definitely great fortunes coming in for you here as well, Cancer. And finally, you have this younger woman card. You could be the younger woman. You could also be the older person. Doesn't matter what gender you are. But I do feel there could be an age difference here. But I feel like it works. So pretty straightforward reading here, Cancer. I like it. I feel like your next 6 months are going to be much better than the beginning of the year. I feel like that's true for pretty much all water signs. The second half is much better. I'm not saying it's easier. I just think it's better in other ways, and that makes it feel better than it is. So that's a good thing. But thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your year.